So we talked last time about how you back test a strategy and then you go to live trading or paper trading and the strategy just doesn't work. The back test looked great, but then when you live tested, the strategy didn't work very well. And honestly, that's where we're at with this momentum day trading strategy. Back test went great, not performing very well in paper trading. So that's why we record all this data, is so that we can go back and review these trades. Now, it just so happens that I've made it easy for myself because I've been paper trading on TradingView, so all the trades are recorded. Let me show you what I see. Like at some point, the question comes up, is there a better way to trade this? So let's go back, let's look at the trades on the chart and let's see, like, is there a better way to trade this? Okay, so let's start with Bitcoin here. So if we go on the daily chart, which is where you want to start because that gives you the most information that you need to trade this well, we can see here it broke the trend, but it's kind of holding up support on the daily chart. And Bitcoin's turning back up. Is Bitcoin going back to 130,000? Yeah, it probably is. There's people calling for like 150,000 on Bitcoin. How long it takes to get there, I don't know. But is it going to get back to 100,000 pretty quickly? Yeah. Yeah, it probably is going to get back. So if we look here at this structure, we had a little bit of a double bottom in here, and then we moved higher, right? So this part of the chart should be prime for day trading. How did we do day trading Bitcoin? Well, we got stopped out, stopped out, stopped out, stopped out, missed this move, stopped out, stopped out. You know what? This isn't good. It honestly doesn't make sense to be trading Bitcoin like this, day trading it. Makes zero sense whatsoever. It's not working. And now I know this is a relatively small sample size, but day trading is like that. I mean, I've done a lot of day trading, guys, and it doesn't work very well. I say this all the time because it is a historical fact that statistically only about 10 to 15% of traders have been day traders. So yes, there is a small group of people that day trading makes sense for. They like the action, they like the excitement. It works for them. It works for their brain and their personality. For me, getting chopped up and stopped out like this all the time, I mean, it just feels pointless, especially when you look at the daily chart. And I mean, we don't know anything in trading, but if I was gonna know something, I would know that Bitcoin's going back to $100,000. We'll see what happens with the Kevin Warsh thing if he does actually want to reduce the Fed's balance sheet, but Bitcoin's very likely going back to $100,000. And I just keep getting chopped up here. So is it that I'm not a good day trader? I don't know how to day trade? Like, that's not, if you take that stance, you're just going to stick to day trading for yourself when that may not be the right time frame for you to trade. Like, that's not the right attitude to take. It's like, hey, if it's not working for you, then stop doing it. Stop banging your head against the wall, right? So that's kind of where we ended up. Same thing with crude oil. Crude oil, we just kept getting chopped up. And we were trying to be careful here. We had this move up and then we just got chopped up down. So I stopped trading it. Here I got chopped up right there on a day trade, even though it was going higher. You know, if you move out to the daily chart and take a look at where we were on those choppy trades. So you can see, like, I did get chopped up here, the move went higher. Got chopped up here, the move went higher, right? So I know a lot of you are experiencing this if you're day trading. You're saying, well, I'm getting stopped out and then it goes higher. And so then you might do something like move your stop wider, Well, now you've screwed up your risk to reward because you can't get a 2-to-1 risk to reward or a 3-to-1 risk to reward. You're getting like a 1.5 to 1 risk to reward. And that's fine if you're getting like a 70 or 80% win rate, but you're not. You're probably getting like a 50% win rate. That is the reality of day trading. Day trading, in my opinion, it's not that it's hard, but there's more reward because there's not more reward. It just sucks. It just sucks from my standpoint. It's not great. So I thought I'd give it a try on this strategy, see if it made a difference with momentum. It's not really making a difference. MNQ, we had a few good trades here. I stopped trading it because I thought it started looking toppy right here. But then we shot higher on some fundamental news. Could we have made some more day trades in here? Yeah, possibly. So here's what I'm not going to do. I'm I'm not going to delete our forward tests on day trading. But what I am going to do is I'm going to make a new spreadsheet and I'm going to label it swing trading. Because I'm more of a swing trader, it just makes more sense for me to be swing trading this. Let me drive this point home. This is our paper trading account that we're using for our momentum day trading. We were currently in a drawdown of $3,300. And in the past week, since I decided to just give swing trading a try, we're up to break even. In fact, Friday we opened and I had unrealized gains of $4,100. So we were actually made back all of our losses, plus we're gaining some, plus we're not done. These moves are not done yet, right? Bitcoin's probably going to go to 100,000 and I'm going to take profits on Bitcoin there. But gold, if we go to gold, I've got a swing trade going on there. Gold could easily go back to 5,500. So I've got two contracts here on the futures market. I'm going to take one off right here at this resistance level, and I'm going to shoot for 5,500 for the other contract. And what's more is if we come into this resistance level somewhere in here and then come back down and find support here, I'm going to add back that contract and I'm going to go for a big win on this. So here, let me give you another example. We started trading some earnings winners. So I got into Google here. We're up on Google, and I set a 3-to-1 risk to reward. I mean, where are you supposed to set your profit target when something's making all-time highs? I just set it as a 3-to-1 risk to reward. Could it go higher? Yeah, probably. But we'll see. So, so I wouldn't be up this much if I was day trading it. Let me show you what I mean. We did this trade on Intel when it had good earnings. You see what I mean? We bought on the gap up right in here at, oh, I can click on this. About 80.47. I sold at 98.94 just before $100. And we hit 130 the last trading on Friday, last trading day. So you can see, like, it makes, from my standpoint, it makes 100% 0 cents to day trade. And yes, the advantage that day trading has and where you can make a lot of money is rolling that money over constantly and compounding it quickly. But if it's not working that way, if you're just getting chopped out all the time, or if you get into a trade and you hit a choppy patch in the markets and you just keep taking loss after loss after loss after loss. Whereas in a swing trade, you would just be riding that out, maybe for flat, maybe around break even, and then one day it just breaks out and goes higher. There's all those losses that you avoided in there, and you just ended up with a winner, one good big winner. So that's why I'm going to give swing trading a try on this strategy. As I mentioned, I am more of a swing trader. Like it just works better for me. And let's just see how it goes. I'm not going to erase my day trading data. Maybe it doesn't go that well. What's more important here, guys, is you need to stay curious. If you want to take one lesson away from this, stay curious. So we talk, or well, those who are giving advice to newer traders often talk about not strategy hopping. Stick with one strategy. Yes. Yes, you need to do that, but you also need to stay curious. So let me tell you exactly what that means. It means that if a strategy doesn't work for 1 or 2 weeks, and then you just like completely cast it aside and go do something else, and that strategy works for like a week, and then it doesn't work for a few days, and you completely get rid of it and go to the next one, and maybe that one works for 2 weeks. And so you really stick with it, but then after a month, you completely get rid of it. Like that's not what we're doing here. We're sticking with the basic criteria: momentum, hot sector, theme, and volume. That's what we're sticking with. Day trading's not working, so we're staying curious. We're going to try swing trading. In addition, I've also started tracking some other trades in these spreadsheets. Uh, Small cap. I started off in small cap, as many of you did, looking for those gap ups in pre-market. And I really did not like the shorting thing. It worked really well. It had a high win rate. Everything is great about shorting those small caps, except that it's so hard to find boros, find those shares to short because they're all low floaters. There's not a lot of shares out there. So if you want to short it, it can be very difficult. You've got to find the right broker. And with where I am in the world, it's not super easy to get on with that broker. So then I tried Long, the first mentor that I was with, was doing these low floaters, but he'd look for a secondary or a third squeeze on like a third green day or a fourth green day or something like that. And it was very discretionary. He couldn't quantify exactly what worked for him, but you could kind of see what he was talking about, and it was clear that it did work for him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something reminiscent of that. I'm not, he would wait for the price to break out above a certain level. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look for stocks that either look like a multi-day squeeze to me because they kind of went up, they maybe squeezed a bunch, then they came back down to a level and then stayed flat or kind of have that almost cup handle type shape and they want look like they want to squeeze again. So that's one, and then the other one is maybe they've got some sort of fundamentals like INOD. If you're familiar with that stock, INOD's a real stock. That's something that could definitely go higher. So I'm gonna start tracking these, and right now I'm just casting a wide net. I'm tracking a lot, and we'll just see what happens. The other thing that I'm tracking right now is small and mid cap momentum. So what I'm doing is I'm identifying the hot sector. The theme right now is semiconductors. So I built this scanner on FinViz to find these small and mid cap stocks that might have momentum. So we're looking for a mid cap, right, or a small cap under 10 billion market cap. We're looking for momentum, so we've got overbought 70 RSI. Looking for RSI to be strong. Looking for the theme, I'm looking specifically for semiconductors. Relative volume over 1.5. It's trading at least half again as much as its average daily volume. And over 500,000 shares traded. Because, you can get some moves that the price squeezes, but there's no conviction, there's no volume, right? So now when I come down here, I just take a quick look at the chart. I'm only looking at semiconductors or something related like this, semiconductors and equipment. So I track this ASIS. I put that on my spreadsheet. Um, yeah, so that's basically what I'm doing right now. Just more data collection because I understand that when you're swing trading, I understand better than anybody that when you're swing trading, you need to find more opportunities. When you're day trading, you can get maybe multiple opportunities on the same name in one day. But when you're swing trading, if you want to have 5 or 6 or 10 positions on and you want to be selective about what positions, then you need to find lots of opportunities. But there are lots of opportunities. So far, so good. The swing trading strategy seems to be initially performing much better, but also the market has been really, really strong. So we're going to just take that with a grain of salt. And hey, you know what, guys? This takes time to develop edge and build something takes time. It doesn't take a crazy amount of time, but it does take some time. You need to stay curious. There's no one that can tell you exactly what to do or hand you a strategy that automatically works because what works for them is probably not going to work for you. So I'm excited to see how this works out. So far, so good. And that's all I got for now. Give me a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you on the next one.